had our last tutorial, we discussed on using UA to filter document in SQL. But we only make use of greater than and less than. We not use and or. So today we want to discuss on using how to use and to combine both and or, assuming you have a true condition that you want to set in your SQL. Maybe your company you are working on says you should set conditions, two conditions now, and these two conditions you have to use way, and this way maybe at sometimes where this particular this is greater than this, maybe amount is greater than this, or the score is greater than this, and the grade is this. So now our data set today is we are working on a school data set. That means that the student records. So, and if you look at my screen, you see students underscore ID, students underscore name, class. The last one is a score. So what we are going to focus now is we want to work on this. Our filter is you are going to filter these two the column, this column class and score. So let's start. The first thing is select. Now I will include the name. Select name, student name, student underscore name. The next one is I also include score, so that I will know the individual scores. Is, I will move full name from where, from the table name is, if you look at my screen, the table name is student underscore scores, student underscore scores. Okay, the next line is this is where we want to emphasize on where. Oh, error. What is the error is all about? It says where unknown a. Okay. Now this is a string, so we need to dis enclose it with single quotes, either single quotes or double quotes. Mhm. Let's go back and see. If you observe, this is the aspect. The score that is greater than 90 or equals to 90, and the class that is equals to A. So what our main is 92. Now, assuming you don't want to compare two filters together, you want to use, maybe you want to apply, or maybe if this condition is true, if any of the condition is true, okay, filter. If any of this condition is not true, now assuming you want to check, maybe you want to check only one conditions. You don't want to compare the two things and query at once. You want to use apply. Uh, you want to apply only one conditions. Maybe you say if a score is greater than or equals to 90, or class is equals to, maybe class is equals to b. So if at all, for instance now, if at all the class is equals to the score is greater than 90 or equals to 90, and the class is not equals to b, it will still print because you are using all statement. All simply means that any of the outputs that is true, that means that the two conditions must not be true. Any of them that is true, it will still print out. So let's go to that. Let's see. Let me explain this one. Now, the conditions that we are working on, these are filter. The first filter is score is greater than or equals to 90. That means that we are focused on only score that is greater than 90. And the second one is not and, we are using or. That means that if score is greater than 90, or class equals to c, that means that if this one is not true, maybe this condition, the first condition is not true, now query this second condition. Or if this condition is, if class equals to c is true and this one is not true, query this one. So let's execute our program and see the output. If you observe the table, the query has expand. We have so many names here. We have a class of b, c. We have different classes. So now it's based on the conditions. The condition was just like, check this one. If this one is true, now query. If this one is not true, still query. That means that the two conditions, and the first one was, and if the score is greater than 90 or equals to 90, wait, and class is equals to a. That means that you are checking two conditions at once, while this one you are only check one condition. Any of them that is true, now print it. So let's make it unique. If you observe the name is not sequential, so we want to make it sequential. Let's add order by. Let's sort it. Now let's sort order by. We want to order by name, student name, student underscore name, ascending order. Let's see what will be the changes. Now if you observe now is sequential. The names is serially from A to V. So the previous one was, everything was just scattered. So now we have ordered everything, and if you observe the outputs, the everything is arranged based on the order by. Assuming I don't want to use ascending order. I want to do descending orders from the highest to the lowest. So I come back to my A scale and edit it. Come back Okay. C, descending order. That is a abbreviation of descending order. So I query my program and see what will happen. Now, if you observe, from this one is hierarchical, and this one like the highest to the lowest, Vivian to the Anita. So that is how we use we filter to different conditions. We have so many conditions. We have two conditions most especially. Another one is not equals to, but we only focus on two for now. The other one, the first one was and, while this one is or. Now and is just like the two conditions must be true before the executions, before the program executes, while the second one is any of them must be true. That means that if any of them is not true, that means that the condition will not print. But if any of them in all, if any of the condition is true, is to execute the program. Thank you very much.